anyway, I don't want to talk too much about my guitar and my music and stuff. I appreciate all that stuff, and I'm looking forward to the continuing working with you. And don't feel pressured about speed, because I've with Megan being pregnant and having Mackenzie getting, like, she's so mobile now, like she's taking so much of my attention. I don't have the same time I had even 6 months ago to work on music. So the fact that me coming in behind you trying to, like, because those notes you gave me are invaluable and I've been trying to adhere to them. So it gives me time that I don't feel a rush to keep up with you. Right. So the fact that you're taking your time means I can take my time. Right, and at the same time, I'm working on the next album that we're going to work on together. Right. So actually, I got at least 2 albums in the can almost for us to work on next. Right. So just perceivably at this pace, as long as you want to keep working with me, I can hopefully keep writing music faster than you can finish mixing it, so that there's always a backlog of music for you to work on. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I would hope we would get to the stage where as my ears fail over the years, because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to keep doing this with any accuracy at all. You know, you'll get to the stage where you can do it all. You know, you can just you just know, oh, Peri would do that.
Yeah,
and you'll be able to do it, and I'll just be the elder statesman going, yes, that's right, son, you've done a good job there. Aye, that's great, you know.
and I do desire that too, because like Taste the Future, which was the one that, you know, you didn't like, you did your first mix on Speak the Future. So Taste the Future was still my mixes. You mastered them for me, right? Yeah. And oh wait, no, I mastered those. You mastered Speak the Future. So yeah, you just gave me some mixing notes on that one. But like that album there, to me, resembled me. Like, to me, I was like, this is where I want to be. Like, I'm finally getting there. So there's a bit of a bittersweet that, like, I feel like I finally achieved what I want, and then I'm still handing it off to you. You know, but that's okay.
I'm doing more with this track than I did previously. So I'm now sort of happy that I can add backing vocals and stuff, and I can change your kick drum and things like that, you know, without you freaking out, because, you know, you're okay with these things, and I know that now. So I've got sort of confidence to say, well, I can add a bit more of me into this, and it's not gonna, like when I said there's one of the tracks, I can't remember which one it was, where I said I can hear a stand-up bass on that, and I can hear how I would do it and everything, and you were like, well, we'll just do that then. I said, all right, okay, so we're okay with that. That's great, you know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, hopefully over time I'll be able to find little places like that I can add something into what you've done, without it being like a full collaborative sort of affair, you know, where we're trying to figure out how to write songs together and things, which might come eventually, but at the moment it's good just to kind of ease into finding gaps and doing some remixing and things like that. Yeah, so that's cool. I'm really enjoying it. It's great listening. It's great getting someone else's sessions is fantastic. You know, it's like, it's a bit mystifying at times, because I do look and I go, why has he done that? Why is that there? And then I figure it out, you know. I go, oh, that's doubling that, and that's all right. Okay, that makes sense. And then other times you go, no, I have no idea why he's done that. I'll just mute that. that's gone now. And the great thing about Cubase, I'm learning Cubase as well, which has been good, because it's much better than Cakewalk. It's much more stable than Cakewalk, and it seems to handle plugins much better. It doesn't the wee indicators that tell you how many processors you're using and all of that don't max out the same way they do in Cakewalk. Cakewalk maxes out quite quickly, I found. So I'm really happy to be learning Cubase, and so Cubase has got some great things about it. You know, you can hide tracks easier than you can in Cakewalk. There's some things that are easier in Cakewalk, but I'm just living with them. I'm just living with those things. I think it'll be a Cubase future for me from now on. And if Steinberg's listening to this, as again, I'll extend the invite on my behalf. If you want to sponsor a video and send me a free copy of something, preferably without a fucking dongle, because that, I don't know if they still use dongles. Do they still use dongles for?
No, they're gone now.
The dongles are gone, good. Because that was always the thing that put me off going there, you know.
Me too.
But I'm really liking using Cubase. It's good, and so it's great to see your sessions and be able to kind of work with them, so that they, you know, you're sending them to me and I'm just opening them and there they are, you know. Albeit there's plugins missing and things. That's okay. Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, it's been really an eye opener and a great pleasure to work like that. It's fantastic.
And then what I'll try and do too is, as in the future, because right now we're still dealing with songs I wrote before this was an intention. So there's a lot of I got into things I might not have got into if I knew you're going to handle them. So in the future, I might leave things more raw, more open, so that you do have more areas to fill the void if you feel like it, right?
Yeah.
So that's because that's why I know I hammer down I'm always going these are the plugins I want, these are the effects I want. There's a lot of them I'm leaving out because they're not necessary. I'm not too concerned with necessarily the bass processors you use as long as you understand the sound I'm going for.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm obviously in love with Cold Fire and Fragments by Arturia right now. So they're on everything. They're like catch up. They're on fucking everything. And so they're indispensable right now for my sound because if you remove those, it's like removing a whole section or a whole instrument.
Yeah.
So that's why I've been mixing a lot of things down, and I know there's certain sounds I get from VST's instruments you don't have, so I'll just mix them down as a recording rather than a VS. But I like to leave the MIDI in there because if you hear what I'm doing, I want you to understand what I'm doing, but you might also go but what about if I added this? And you don't have to reperform it.
That's the best way to do it, is to leave the MIDI there but just mute it, and if I use it, I use it. If I don't, I don't. Yeah, so that's all good. Yeah, I think it's going well. I think we're working well together at the minute. I think we're going to produce some good stuff between us. Obviously it's mostly your stuff, but I hope I'm adding probably that 5-10% that just makes it a little bit better, to somebody somewhere at some point.
It sounds good to me.
Wouldn't it be terrible if it turned out to be the opposite and everybody was like, oh, I like the Death by Design stuff before that idiot Peri Urban got involved and he just fucking ruined it. Because you don't know what people think, you just don't know how people are going to react to the things that you do. It's a mystery.
There you go, right? So, and then, as far as I could tell, not many people are reacting to anything. So,